This particular lecture we are going to learn about Maclaurin series. Okay, Maclaurin series. Now, before starting Maclaurin series, we need to just understand what is the concept behind Maclaurin series. So we people have already studied that we can expand certain functions with respect to x, right? For example, we can write sin x as x minus x cube over 3 factorial plus x to the power 5 over 5 factorial and so on. We can extend up till infinity. We can extend e to the power x as 1 plus x square over 2 factorial plus x cube over 3 factorial, and we can move on till infinity. Okay, similarly we have expansions of ln of 1 plus x, right, tan x and so on. Now from where do we get these series, right? Now we know for x to be a complex number, for x to be belonging to some complex plane, okay, we have seen the derivation of how to achieve this series. So we have seen that when x belongs to some complex plane, how to achieve these series, right? I have a lecture of that topic in my in my channel also, where we have compared the coefficients of cos x and sin x expansions, and we have achieved these series. But how to do when x belongs to the real plane? Okay, so we will see it here. So let us start with Maclaurin series statement. So the statement says that for some function f to be continuous, for some function, omit the two, it changes the grammar of the statement, the meaning of the statement. For some function fx which is continuous at x equals to 0 and its successive derivatives are also continuous at x equals to 0, then we can express fx as a series in x given as f of x is equals to f of 0 plus x times f dash 0 plus x square over 2 factorial f double dash 0, which goes on till x to the power n over n factorial f n 0 and so on. Got it, guys? So now this is what you have as your Maclaurin series, right? Now if you change the parameter, or if you change the independent variable from 0 to some h or some a or whatever it may be, then you get the Taylor series. Okay, then you get the Taylor series. Okay, then you get the Taylor series. This is the Maclaurin series for x equals to 0, and from some other arbitrary x we get the Taylor series. The series remains same. Yes, the the variable changes or the parameter changes. So what does this series mean actually? So this series actually means that if you have some function f which is continuous at x equals to 0 and all its successive derivatives, that is its first derivative, its second derivative, its third derivative, they are all continuous at x equal to 0, then we can express fx as a series in x, okay, as a series in x which is given in this format. This series extends up till infinity. Got it? Now what is the proof of the series? So the proof of the series is kind of important. Proof of this series is kind of important. So let's see how do we prove this statement, or prove this series rather. So we have your fx equals to say a0 plus a1x plus a2x square till we have some anx to the power n and so on. So we have just arbitrarily assume that fx is some infinite series of x, and a0, a1, a2, a up till any these terms are actually the coefficient of that particular series. Okay, these are the coefficients, right? So now Now what is the value of f0 then? So the value of f0 is a0 or a0, whatever you can say. Got it? So let us remember this till now. Now we find the first derivative. So the first derivative gives you a1 plus 2a2x plus, next we will have 3a3x square and so on, right, till you reach n x to the power n minus 1 and so on. It continues till infinity. Now what will be the value of f dash 0? It will be a1. Clear? Now we find the second derivative. What is the second derivative come out to be? So it comes out to be 2a2 plus 3 times 2a3x plus 4 times 3 a4x square and so on till we reach n times n minus 1 an x to the power n minus 2. Got it? And it continues. What will be the value of f double dash 0? It is 2a2. So from here we can say that a2 equals to f double dash 0 over 2. Clear? Clear? Further we can find what is f triple dash 0. So f triple dash 0 comes out to be 3 times 2 a3 plus 4 times 3 times 2 a4x plus 5 times 4 times 3 a5x, which continues till n times n minus 1 times n minus 2 an x to the power n minus 3 and so on. What is the value? Sorry, not this is not f triple dash 0, this is f triple dash x. And what is f triple dash 0 then? So it comes out to be 3 times 2 a3. That means that a3 is equals to f triple dash 0 over 3 times 2. Clear? Similarly, if we find the fourth derivative, that is f 4 dash x, what do we get? We are going to get 4 times 3 times 2 a4 plus 5 times 4 times 3 times 2. Sorry, I have missed the square here, so this will be a square, I have missed it, times a5x. We will go on like this till we have n times n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3, an x to the power n minus 4, so on and so forth. Got it? So from here we get the fourth derivative at x equals to 0 comes out to be 4 times 3 times 2 a4, and from here we get that a4 is equals to f 4 dash 0. Now this can be written as 4 factorial. So 4 factorial. Similarly, this could have been written as 3 factorial, right? So let us just omit these and write as 3 factorial. So this one actually becomes 2 factorial. 2 factorial. Similarly, if we move on till the nth derivative at x, what do we get? Okay. So the nth derivative at x actually gives you n times n minus 1, n minus 2, and this goes on till n variables. Okay, this goes on till n variables till we have, you know, your n minus 1. Got it? Till we have your n minus, okay, basically not n minus 1, actually you move on till you reach n, you reach 2, actually you reach 2, n minus 2, actually from here you reach 2. Okay, I'm causing the general case. Actually you reach 2, 3 times 2, you reach this, times you have your an plus you have your n plus 1 terms. Okay, like n plus 1 times n times n minus 1, and you go on like this. Okay, and you reach 3. This is your n plus 1, and this continues. From here you get fn0 is equals to n factorial an. That means your an is actually fn0 upon n factorial. Got it? So now if you put these values in the arbitrary equation which we had initially considered, that is this equation, the values of the coefficients, then you can find out that you will easily be getting fx as f0 plus f dash 0x plus x square over 2 factorial f double dash 0 plus x cube over 3 factorial f triple dash 0, and so on, right? Your a30 was this one, a3 was this, and there you had x cube, so x cube is as it is intact. So finally we have found out the value of the Maclaurin series which we needed, and this was all about the Maclaurin series. Okay, this was the proof of the Maclaurin series statement. And now suppose we want to check whether the Maclaurin series is correct or not. Okay, so how can we check that? So to check that, we can easily consider up an example. Say we consider fx to be sin x. We consider fx to be sin x. Okay, so what is your f of 0? Your f of 0 is 0. What is your f dash x? It is cos x. Your f dash 0 is 1. What is your f double dash x? It is minus sin x. And your f double dash 0 is 0. F triple dash x, it is minus cos x, and your f triple dash 0 is minus 1. Similarly, your f nx will be actually, basically see from here that if you have a 3 degree, basically an odd derivative, okay, an odd derivative which is a multiple of 3. Okay, see here you have f3x equals to minus 1. Now see, if we move on, what is your f4x? F4x is your, this becomes sin x, and your f40 is 0. What is your f5x? F5x is your cos x, right? Cos x, and your cos x becomes, f5x becomes, 5x at 0 becomes 1. Similarly, what is your f6x? It is minus sin x, and this becomes 0, and f7x is equals to your minus cos x, that becomes minus 1. So basically every fourth term you get is minus 1, right? Every fourth term. So this is the first term, second term, third term, fourth term, fifth term, sixth term, seventh term, and eighth term. So every fourth term you get, you have your value as minus 1. So basically every 4n term is your minus 1. Every 4nth term is your minus 1. Got it, guys? Every 4nth term is your minus 1. So, and also we can see from here that every alternate terms are 0. Every alternate terms are 0. So from here we can assume that your sin x is actually equals to the first term being 0, second term is 1. So you have x of your third term is 0, fourth term is 1. So this becomes, fourth term is minus 1. So this becomes minus, and this is, you have derivative as the third derivative. So here you have x cube over 3 factorial. Then plus, you will have a 0, and then you will have x to the power 5 over 5 factorial. Then you will have minus x to the power 7 over 7 factorial. So from here we have assumed also one more thing, that every odd derivative has a negative sign. Every odd derivative has a negative sign. Got it? Every odd derivative has a negative sign. So the series continues as this. The series continues as this, and you can write it as minus 1 whole to the power n x to the power 2n plus 1 over 2n plus 1 factorial, n starting with 0 and extending up till infinity. Okay. See, when n is 0, this is positive. When n is 1, this is negative. When n is 2, this is positive. Okay, when n is 2, this is 5. When n is 1, this is 3. So this is the series of sin x which we achieved from the Maclaurin series. Similarly, you can find out any expansion of functions considering the fact that the function must be continuous at x equal to 0 and all the successive derivatives of that function must be continuous at x equal to 0 as well. So this was all about Maclaurin series. In the next video of Maclaurin series, I will be bringing some problems, some expansions to do, and then we will be starting with Taylor's theorem or Taylor's polynomial, Taylor's series, whatever you can say. So we will meeting you in the next lecture. Thank you guys.